And then once they get that, then they can become, like a star tennis player or whatever, like,
Yeah. Walk before you can
expert
run.
on AI. Hey, it's Walter here, and you're at the Think Profit podcast, where we're going to help you develop a rock-solid trading confidence and avoid the potentially endless cycle of system switching. Right, Hugh?
That's right. We're going to help you develop a wealth mindset, develop a trading strategy that fits your core personality, and help you overcome the obstacles that stop over 90% of traders.
All right, Hugh, sounds good. You ready to go?
Yeah, let's do this. Hey, Walter, what do you think your psychological edge is? I know we always talk about like trading systems and having a trading system edge, but what about a psychological edge? What do you think yours is?
Yeah, that's a good question. So the way I look at it is that a lot of traders, especially the ones that are kind of new to the markets, those are kind of like the easy ones to take money from, because this isn't really kind of an area for them in a lot of cases, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And so my edge really is that I realize that this is where I need to focus on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that means doing whatever I can to be, there's two parts: aware of what's going on psychologically, and then to improve my psychology, right? And so there's lots of different tools for that, and lots of methods for both, really. So if you want to become aware, there's journaling, there's meditation, there's just like becoming more mindful. I know that's kind of like a buzzword nowadays, but that kind of thing. And that's a little bit easier, I think, for introverts, because introverts are, which I classify myself as, because introverts kind of, we think more about, like, we like time alone and kind of decompress, and we think more about what's going on. Yeah. So I think being aware of it, and then having the, like, a plan to improve. Those are the two things I think that everyone needs to be, because if you don't have awareness, then, like, you've got nothing, right? So that's how I see it. What about you? What's your take on that?
Yeah, I think the biggest gains have come from awareness, basically, and just trying to pinpoint what the issues are, and then finding out the true reason behind those issues, or the true cause of those issues, and not saying, oh, this is just, I'm just revenge trading. Okay, so why are you revenge trading? Are you mad at your mom from when she was, like, yelling at you and your kid or something, right? So just digging into that, I think, really gave me that awareness. And I think for me, at least, awareness is the number one thing also. Hey there, I hope you're finding this episode useful. I just wanted to let you know that Walter and I give away something valuable every month that helps traders improve their skills. You can enter to win by simply leaving an iTunes review and leaving a comment on our YouTube videos. At the end of each month, we'll look at the comments and reviews from the month, and we'll pick a winner at random. Each comment and each review counts for one entry during the month that it's submitted. So if you're interested in that, be sure to enter after this podcast is over. All right, back to the episode.
Yeah, that's so true, man. Yeah, like, you just really need to start at awareness. It's like a kid, when they're growing up, they first got to get their motor development down. Like, if they can't, use their voice and walk and use their legs and their hands and their fingers, like, they got to get that first. And then once they get that, then they can become, like a star tennis player or whatever, like, expert on AI. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so that's it. Yeah. So yeah, I'm totally down with that. Like, for most people, like, journaling is going to be the easiest thing, but I think you have to be careful, because journaling is, people think, like, and I thought I did this when I first started doing my journals. All I really did was I would take a screenshot of my trade. I actually found my old journals from like 2004 or something. No, 2005, 2006. Yeah. And so all I did was I took a screenshot of my trades, I printed them out, and then I wrote kind of like what the trade was, like what system, why I took it. And you know what I mean? So I had a before and after shot of all my trades, and that was cool. But that's not really what we're talking about, right? Like, we're talking about, what do you think, and so it's more of almost kind of like a diary of your trading development. And that's really good. And I have those too. But yeah, that's kind of the key, I think, is for awareness, is to dig into that. And it's so much better if you write it than type it. And I know everyone wants to, and some people, maybe it makes sense to speak it, and there's enough text, voice to text things software out there that can do that for you. But it's really tricky to do it right, because it's so easy to, like, say that you have a trading journal, but that might be just kind of like a trades journal, what I mean, not a trading journal. So there's a difference. Yeah
Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned that because I've been going over mine right here. And it's just kind of like a little notebook that I check off, okay, these are the trades I took. This was the result. From there, then I put it into a digital journal. But I found that like just marking it off like this really helps me, at least during my trading.
Yeah, yeah, and it activates different area of your brain, and
Yeah.
you'll remember it better, and all that. Yeah, it's so easy to get sucked into the, the fancy online tools and stuff. And there are
Yeah.
great trading journals out there, but I think that's the way to do it for sure. Yeah.
I think part of it is also discouraging, right? Like when these journals are too complicated and you have to fill like too many forms. I was like, screw that. And you just stop doing it. So, all right, cool. Thanks, Walter.
Yeah. Thank you.
All information in this podcast is for educational and informational purposes only and is not trading or investment advice.